Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
Food insecurity or the inability to get food is a widespread and misunderstood problem.
At Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, Autumn and I are part of a research team in the Food Matters Lab.
Being able to connect with the community and affect policy as an undergraduate researcher at Trinity has been an unforgettable experience.
Being first-generation college students, the ability to research has given us the ability to explore our individual passions and apply them not only to this research, but life after college.
And he slots it home, and the Tigers get the lead they were looking for. It's 1-0 Trinity.
Good evening and welcome to Trinity University in Calgary Gym, as we are here for the Trinity University men's basketball team as they take on the Sul Ross Lobos. And starting for Sul Ross will be Stephen Walker, CJ Ross, Brock Anders, BJ Hollis, and Caleb Thomason, as they have propelled the Lobos to a 2-1 record on the year, having defeated Louisiana College and East Texas Baptist before falling at Lubbock Christian just last week. And for the Tigers, we're going to start Brooks Mays, Stephen Molina, Matt Jones, Danny Rivara, and Jaden Holden. And the Tigers off to a 3-2 start. They've won their last two after they opened the season with a loss here against UT Dallas and then defeated Rose-Hulman before losing at Chicago, but have defeated Howard Payne and Mary Hardin-Baylor since last week, as they defeated Howard Payne last Tuesday here at Calgary Gym behind Danny Rivara's 30 points and 10 rebounds, which led him being named the SCAC Conference Player of the Week. And look to see if he can continue his hot streak as they take on the Lobos. Looks like it'll be Rivara and Thomason for the tip. Tigers in white, Sul Ross State in gray. And Rivara will control to Molina, and the Tigers will have possession as we are underway. Jaden Holden finds Brooks Mays underneath, but he's going to kick that out to Matt Jones. Stephen Molina gets the rebound, tries to throw it back to Jones, and that was deflected by CJ Ross. And so CJ Ross deflects that one off Molina, and possession now to the Lobos for the first time tonight. Thomason on the wing. Gets that one over to Anders. Anderson back to Thomason, is being defended by Rivara. That's CJ Ross. Kicks over, and it's Brock Anders driving the lane with the left hand and putting up the 8-foot jumper and gets that to fall, and Sul Ross takes the early lead 2-0. Brooks Mays on the far wing for Trinity, spins around, shoots the jumper and knocks it down. A nice looking jump shot for Brooks Mays. He looked to dribble through the traffic, and then he came spinning around on that jumper. Stephen Walker had it, gave it up. Now all the way over to Anders. But we're going to get a offensive foul on Sul Ross. That's going to be on number 11, CJ Ross. He was fighting for position down low, trying to cut through. So the first foul of the evening goes against Sul Ross. And it'll be Matt Jones for Trinity bringing the ball up. Missed by Holden. Goes other way for Sul Ross, but Holden will grab the rebound off of their miss and bring it back down now. Brooks Mays kept the ball alive. Now over to Holden, and an offensive foul on Holden as he tried to attack the lane with the layup and ended up running through the defender. So his first foul, first for the Tigers, and each team has a foul here early action. And Karthik Reddy is going to check in for Holden. Lobos, you mentioned 2-1 on the season. Members of the American Southwest Conference. And Trinity's faced quite a few teams from that conference. And nice job there from Brock Anders. He tried to drive, lost his footing, fell down, but didn't travel. And able to pop back up and knock down a three. Brooks Mays tries to pass that one through at the top of the key, and that one's taken away by Tristan Lecon. And Lecon on the fast break, makes the layup, and it is a 5-0 run for the Lobos. They're making their last 2 shots in the final 30 seconds of play. Mays dishes out. That's Stephen Molina for 3, and he's on target. So Stephen Molina, the freshman from Bernie, to the Antonian here in San Antonio. Thomason looked to post up, but gives it back up to the top. And Stephen Walker dishes out. Brock Anders fakes the 3, takes a dribble drive, and puts up a shot, which is rebounded underneath by Stephen Walker. And Walker draws a foul on the Tigers. It'll be their second.
Gary Ringo in the game for Trinity. Jaden Holden.
So Walker will have a seat. And said Gary Ringo entered in. And foul was on Rivara. That one was kicked out. A nice jumper there for Licon, and he's now got 4 points. I beg your pardon, you gave him a 3-pointer on that one. Didn't look like he was that far in the corner. So 5 points now for Licon, and the Lobos are up 5. Matt Jones driving up off the glass, knocks it down. His first basket of the day. Jaden Holden also checked back in on that last foul. And driving the basket is Brock Anders. And so far it's been Licon and Anders. 5 each. Or excuse me, now Anders with 7. Licon with 5. That makes their 12 for the Tigers. 3 for Molina, 2 for Jones, and 2 for Mays, who checked out when Holden came back in. And Holden steps up and knocks down a 3-pointer. So Jaden Holden now on the board. 1 of 2 shooting so far today. Before the basket there by Gary Ringo, we've got a foul on the floor. Isaiah Specs will check in for the Tigers. C.J. Ross in for the Lobos. As we've got a timeout on the floor. And we'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching Sol Ross and Trinity here on the Tiger Network. And welcome back to live action here as the Lobos have already inbounded. And it is Anders at the top of the key. Dishes out to Licon. C.J. Ross with the pass underneath. That was a cutting Ringo. And Gary Ringo's shot blocked at the rim. And Tigers running it the other way. Matt Jones for 3. In and out, won't fall. Anders got his hand on it before C.J. Ross was able to grab the rebound. And a foul on Trinity. The block on the other end credited to Karthik Reddy, and the foul here on Rivara. So we mentioned his 30-point, 10-rebound game last week, and it's going to be tough to get to those type of numbers tonight when he's going to be sitting early with 2 fouls. Ringo over to Licon, feeds it inside to Thomason, dishes outside for Anders. Nice looking shot, but he missed the rim. Rebound for the Tigers. Now Matt Jones attacks the basket, and he's going to get the and one opportunity. So he blows by the defender, drawing the contact.
Number 14, Brock
So Brock Anders, first foul of the contest. Tigers have tied it back up here at 12. And Matt Jones to the line to complete a three-point play and give the Tigers a lead if he were to make it. Checking in will be B.J. Hollis and Stephen Walker. And Walker and Hollis go in for the Lobos, replacing Ringo and Anders. And Jones completes the three-point play, gives the Tigers the lead. And that is the first Tiger lead of the day. Trailed 2-0 early, were able to tie it before the Lobos went on a fairly decent lead of 5 points. The Tigers have cut back as that ball passed out of bounds, and it'll be Trinity ball. Brian Bloom inbounding for Trinity. We've got Bloom, Jones, Reddy, Holden, and Specs out on the floor for Trinity. It's Walker, Ross, Lincoln, Hollis, and Thomason for the Lobos. Karthik Reddy. Nice little bit of a handle there on the dribble. Pulls up for three. Hits the front of the rim and bounces out. And carry called on C.J. Ross. So turnover back to Trinity, up by 1. Mentioned for so Ross being out of the American Southwest Conference. Mentioned that they had already defeated Louisiana College and East Texas Baptist. Those look to have been non-conference action games to start the season. They start conference play next week, actually this weekend, against UT Dallas as Isaiah Specs attacks the rim, his first bucket of the day. So the Lobos will play at UT Dallas this Saturday in their first conference game of the year. Trinity doesn't get started in SCAC play until January 5th when they host Dallas. And still a month away for the Tigers. Nylan Yancey and Brooks Mays check in for Trinity. Anders back in for the Lobos. It's Hollis dishing over, now Walker. Licone, back to Licone, and he shoots the three, knocks it down. And he's 3 for 3 on the day with 2 threes. That's 8 points. He leads all players. A sharp shooting. Tristan Lincoln from El Paso. Brooks Mays with the jumper. Nice little fadeaway as he hit the baseline. Breaks the tie. Tigers back up on top. Anders throws that one out of bounds. Looked like he had Thomason, and that ball just kind of slipped out of his hand. Couldn't quite get it to go all the way around. Yancey here on the front wing. Dishes all the way across court to Bloom. Puts it on the dribble, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Yep. Offensive foul on Brian Bloom as Thomason established position down on the low block. So first for Bloom, 16 fouls so far, just 7 minutes in. And Karthik Reddy's going to have a seat, and in for him is Matthew Cauliflower. Yancey guarding the dribble from Walker. Nicone back to Walker, and a great entry feed from Thomason as he finds the cutting Brock Anders for the layup. And fantastic passing from the big man. Yancey top of the key for Trinity. They'll put it on the dribble. Cauliflower pops out for three. Front rim no good. Tapped all the way back out by Bloom. Didn't have anybody really there. And it'll be the Lobos tracking it down. Had numbers momentarily, but they'll pull it back out. Walker pulls up, jumper. No good, rebound Mays. Tigers run it back. Tie game at this moment. Yancey's three, no good. Rebounded, eventually taken by, who knows, Walker. Dishing into the corner for Hollis. His three off the mark, kept alive by the Lobos. Now it's Anders putting it on the ground. A jumper, short. Cauliflower for Trinity grabs the board. Yancey with a wide open lane, tacks the rim, and he'll be shooting two when we return. 11:26 left to play in the first half. We have a media timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment. Trinity and Sul Ross tied at 17.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
Food insecurity or the inability to get food is a widespread and misunderstood problem.
At Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, Autumn and I are part of a research team in the Food Matters Lab.
Being able to connect with the community and affect policy as an undergraduate researcher at Trinity has been an unforgettable experience.
Being first-generation college students, the ability to research has given us the ability to explore our individual passions and apply them not only to this research, but life after college.
And welcome back. 11:26 left here first half. It'll be Nyland Yancey to the line for the Tigers. That foul last committed by Stephen Walker on Sul Ross. It's their fourth team foul. And for Walker, just his first. And Yancey knocks the first one through. He'll shoot one more. And makes a pair, and the Tigers are up two. It's Walker over to Hollis. He's trying to feed Thomason inside. He's got the low block on Cauliflower. Far side, they left Brock Anders open. Dribbles through it. Nice bit of dribbling through the traffic there by Stephen Walker, finding Thomason, and Thomason with the layup. Nice bit of basketball from the Lobos. Thomason's first basket of the game. Yancey dishes out. Cauliflower steps back for three. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Licone. And Hollis will dribble forward. Does a great job not getting trapped. Licone, left-hand runner, no good. One of the Tiger defenders had stepped in his way. It looked like he was trying to take that one straight to the rim off the dribble. Molina for three. Gets knocked down, knocks it down. No call. Thomason's defense, not enough to knock Molina off. And GC Tigers run it down quickly here off the miss from Licone. And the other way for Molina, who knocks down the three. Molina now 6 points, 2 of 2 shooting from downtown. Had an offensive foul the other way on Caleb Thomason, his first. For the Tigers. Up three, Rivara has checked back in. And we got a foul on Licone. So they're going to say the foul was on the floor, so reset the shot clock to 20, beg your pardon. Yancey, Molina, Jones, Rivara, Holden for the Tigers. Dawson, Walker, Ross, Licone, and Hollis now for the Lobos. And it's Danny Rivara with the jump shot from the baseline. And a shot that he's been able to knock down quite regularly so far this year. Connor Dawson checks in for the first time for the Lobos. He has the ball now, and he'll shoot the three. and he knocks it down. So under 10 to play, and Connor Dawson steps up for the first time. Knocks down his first shot attempt since the warm-up. It looked like he'd been playing all game. Jaden Holden behind the back dribble. Gets a good look at the shot. Can't get it to fall. Lee Cohn pulls down the board. Starts the break for the Lobos. Lobos always finding that extra pass. That's Hollis for three. It won't fall. Now Rivara for Trinity on the other end. Can't get it to fall. Rebound CJ Ross. And we got a jump ball situation. Jump ball. So the official behind the play was looking for help on the call and wasn't getting it, and the call will be a jump ball. So Lobos will maintain possession, and Holden will check out after doing a great job of getting the change of possession to go the Tigers' way for the next one. Kobe Patterson has checked in for the first time today for Trinity. Anders and Thomason in for the Lobos, along with Ross, Walker, and Dawson. Molina, Jones, Patterson, Rivara, and Reddy for Trinity. That's Dawson. He's knocked down a three earlier, loses the handle, and right to Karthik Reddy, and he'll give that over to Matt Jones, who starts running the other way. And then he commits the illegal screen. I'm going to say he stuck out the knee, and that'll be first foul. His second and the 7th team foul. That puts Sol Ross in the bonus, but it was an offensive foul for Trinity, so they won't shoot on this one. Thomason, top of the key for the Lobos. Looks underneath, nobody there. Gives it up to CJ Ross. Flights back to the wing. Has a chance there, but kicks it cross court to Anders. Anders almost loses it. Now to Dawson from the NBA line of three. No good. Rebound Matt Jones. And he'll look to dribble up the floor. Over to Rivara. Molina to Jones. Now Molina throws it away, trying to find Rivara, and that was off Rivara's hands. So, under 8 to play, 7:52, and we're back to the media timeout. Trinity up 24-22. We'll be back in just a moment.
And he slots it home. And the Tigers get the lead they were looking for. It's 1-0 Trinity.
And welcome back. 7:52 to play here, first half. Tigers holding to a 24-22 lead. And Stephen Walker dribbles up for the Lobos. Finds Thomason, defended by Reddy. Now mismatch on Patterson. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Rivara. And here comes Trinity back the other way. And Rivara driving's the lane, and with ease. First points for the Tigers in the last 2.5 minutes. And Danny Rivara made that one look easy, as he now has 4 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Anders, top of the key, gives up to Walker. Gets it back. Shot clock under 10. Some running jumper, no good. It was a little short off the front iron. Rebounded by Rivara. And Jones will push forward again. We've got the mismatch down low, and they'll give it back to Rivara. That was Karthik ready. As soon as he got it, fed it back to him, and they're taking advantage of the mismatch that Rivara has down low. Now 6 points for Rivara. As Ringo Jr. attacks the basket, he'll get fouled, so don't count the miss.
Foul number 30.
So Kobe Patterson with his first foul of the game.
Patterson is first, with foul number 8.
And Gary Ringo Jr. misses the first. Transfer from Ranger Junior College, originally from Midland. Rivara and Molina will check out. So, the Cauliflower, Mays, ready. Patterson and Jones for the Tigers. Walker, Licone, Anders, Ringo, and Thomason for the Lobos. That's Patterson, top of the key, gives to Reddy. Being defended by Ringo Jr., and Ringo Jr. knocks the ball out of bounds. So Gary Ringo. After all of that work, we'll have a seat, and B.J. Hollis will check in. Be Brooks Mays to inbound for Trinity. Isaiah Specs is checked in for the Tigers. Mays with 4 on the clock goes bank and knocks it down, and the Tigers have an 8-point lead. 6 points for Brooks Mays. Perfect 3-of-3 shooting. Thomason gives up to Licone. And Ringo for 3, no good. Rebounded by Cauliflower. Or excuse me, that was Stephen Walker for 3. Number 10, not number 20. Jones to Mays. Now Cauliflower. 13 on the clock. Specs. Long range jumper comes up short, and that'll be off. I'm gonna say off Thomason. Looked like it was off Reddy. The Tigers get a break there. They'll have 8 on the clock as Jones looks to inbound. Cauliflower. Jones steps in, gets it right back. Step back jumper, no good. Rebound will go to the corner where it's picked up by Walker. He'll dribble down. And Thomason with a fantastic entry feed for Hollis. Hollis thought it was maybe goaltended off the glass. Won't get the call, and it's Matt Jones on the other end. So the last shot was blocked by Jaden Holden for Trinity. And Anders wide open for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound to Holden. And the Lobos, who were once well over 50% shooting, have fallen to 9 of 24, just 38%. Meanwhile, Trinity now 13 of 24. They're shooting 54%. 3 of 8 from downtown. And Brooks Mays is 4 for 4. And here come the Lobos. 0 for their last 7. No points in the last 5:27. And Caleb Thomason with it now. And Thomason attacks the basket. He'll go to the line, gets the call. I believe that's going to be on Cauliflower. Yep, foul on Cauliflower. So Caleb Thomason will go to the line, and we'll see that when we return. Under 4. Got another media timeout. 3:57 left to play. Tigers 34-22 lead now over Sul Ross. We'll be right back. And welcome back. So 3:57 to play. We're going to have Caleb Thomason at the line. And I'll tell you, so far watching Caleb Thomason, fantastic passing from the big man. Some of the passes that he has had, finding open lanes, open cuts, have just been wonderful, even from a point guard. And to see it from your post gives Lobos a lot of options as they run through their offense, and he knocks down the first basket in the last almost 6 minutes for the Lobos. That's their first point in the last 5 minutes, 45 seconds. And he knocks down the pair. So he's got 4 points now and cuts the lead to 10. And Specs feeds Holden. It's Cauliflower for 3, but he decides to drive and then gives it up. Now back to Specs, and Specs, one dribble on the floor, pull-up jumper, and he knocks it down. Isaiah Specs with 4 points. And pass over to Jolo Otubu, and Otubu will travel. Or excuse me, fed it into Thomason, who traveled. Neither one of those can believe the call. Licone, Otubu, Anders, Hollis, and Thomason for the Lobos. Specs with the jumper. Short, rebounded by Otubu. And Lobos looking to run a little bit. Hollis, top of the key, gives up to Anders. And player control foul underneath on Otubu as he knocked down Specs. Yancey, Specs, Mays, Holden, and Cauliflower for the Tigers, as they push forward up 12 here with under 3 to play first half. Yancey, jumper, short, no good. That should be off Cauliflower, and it is. Thomason now top of the key, gives up to Otubu, far wing, gives it back. And we'll go this side to Anders. Cycle everything through, find Otubu. It's Anders, had a good look at an open 3, but pass it up for the dribble. Now Otubu will shoot a 3, front rim no good. And Anders started off shooting very well, so it's surprising to see a shooter pass up a good look like that. And fighting through is Cauliflower as he is fouled by Caleb Thomason. And over Thomason will be his second foul.
Number 42, Caleb Thomason is second.
Thomason's played the most minutes here in this game so far.
Stephen Walker, C.J. Ross.
So Walker and Ross will check back in. Licone and Thomason will have a seat. So just as I say, he's played the most minutes. He takes a breather. And Cauliflower will go 1-1 at the line. First shot through the basket. And misses the second, so the Lobos will push forward. Otubu. Lobos haven't had a made field goal since just under 10 minutes. Anders drives, decides to pass it out. Ross traveled, but no call. Now Hollis for 3. No good off the rim. Rebound to Holden. And Holden picks up the dribble after the defense of C.J. Ross disturbed the pass attempt over to Brooks Mays. And he misses his first shot of the day. Now 4 of 5 shooting for Mays. And Lobos come back this way. Left-handed layup is good, and Stephen Walker ends the drought. They're now 1 for their last 10 field goals. They get that one here before the half. Yancey loses control of it, and a foul is going to be called on C.J. Ross as he dives for the ball. Just did get enough of Yancey to cause him to not be able to pull that one down before it was going out of bounds. So Gary Ringo will check back in. He goes in for Hollis. Licon goes in for Ross. Holden checks out for Trinity. And can't quite tell who replaced Holden. It was Matt Jones. Matt Jones checks back in. Nylan Yancey makes his first. Tigers without a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. Yancey misses that one. He violated the lane as he tried to go grab the rebound. I think he knew he missed it right away. He was in the lane just a bit too early. Otubu gives up to Ringo. And over to Walker now, Anders. Walker, Licon, Otubu, Anders, and Ringo in for the Lobos. This is the smallest lineup they've put on the floor all night. 7 on the clock. Anders gives it back up. And that's going to be a turnover. Isaiah Specs picks it up. Yancey all the way to the rim, no good. It was fouled by Anders, and for Anders, that'll be his second personal foul. Tigers to the line, shooting just a 1-on-1 again, so both teams have committed 9 fouls. Won't matter for Yancey. He knocks down the first, so he'll get the second attempt as well. Anders will have a seat with the 2 fouls, and Connor Dawson checks back in. Yancey knocks down the pair for Trinity, and they now lead by 13. Tubu to Licon, and that's rejected by Isaiah Specs, and then the offensive foul called on Licon, and Tristan Licon with his second foul. Timeout on the floor for Trinity, 32 seconds left. Take you through the numbers here as Trinity shooting 52%, 15 of 29. They're shooting 3 of 8 from downtown and 6 of 7 at the foul line. For Sol Ross, 37% on 10 of 27 shooting. They're 4 of 11 from downtown and just 2 of 4 from the foul line. Tigers holding a slim edge on the rebounds at 18 to 15. And turnover margin, 10 for the Lobos, 7 committed by the Tigers. And so for Trinity, Brooks Mays leading the way with 8 points, and Tristan Licon with 8 for the Lobos. Mays almost lost it, and a foul on Otubu will send Matt Jones to the line to shoot 2.
Matt Jones for 2.
Jones' first free throw up and no good.
Jaden Holden in for the Tigers.
Missed the first, but makes the second. The Tigers now lead by 15. Lobos can have the final shot if they want it. Walker will have none of that. He attacks the rim. Can't get it to fall. Is he going to get his own rebound? He does, but he's tied up immediately by Isaiah Specs. And it'll be Tigers' possession. So now with 11 seconds, Trinity can take the final shot. Inbound play to Yancey. Might have been fouled, but good no call from the officials. And Yancey dribbles through. Now Specs, the running 3, can't get it to fall. And at the half, it is Trinity 41 and Sol Ross 26. We'll be back just before the start of the second half, and we'll recap the first and get you started with the action as we look towards the final 20 minutes of the contest. You're watching the Tiger Network here from Trinity University.
Tiger fans.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
Food insecurity or the inability to get food is a widespread and misunderstood problem.
At Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, Autumn and I are part of a research team in the Food Matters Lab.
Being able to connect with the community and affect policy as an undergraduate researcher at Trinity has been an unforgettable experience.
Being first-generation college students, the ability to research has given us the ability to explore our individual passions and apply them not only to this research, but life after college.
And he slots it home. And the Tigers get the lead they were looking for. It's 1-0 Trinity.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
Food insecurity or the inability to get food is a widespread and misunderstood problem.
At Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, Autumn and I are part of a research team in the Food Matters Lab.
Being able to connect with the community and affect policy as an undergraduate researcher at Trinity has been an unforgettable experience.
Being first-generation college students, the ability to research has given us the ability to explore our individual passions and apply them not only to this research, but life after college.
And he slots it home. And the Tigers get the lead they were looking for. It's 1-0 Trinity.
And welcome back to Trinity and Calgard Gymnasium for the start of the second half, as Trinity leads 41-26 behind 8 points from Brooks Mays and 8 as well from Matt Jones, 6 apiece from Stephen Molina and Danny Rivera. And Nylan Yancey had 5, Isaiah Specs had 4, and Jaden Holden had 3. And for Sol Ross, they were paced early on by Brock Anders, who had 7, and Tristan Lincoln, who had 8. Those two guys scored a lot of that early action, and it's been a little bit of a drought for the Lobos the last 10 minutes of that first half. As we are back underway here for the second half, it's Anders over to Ross. Now Hollis, and that one's deflected by Molina as it goes over to Walker, but recovered by Hollis. Feed Thomason inside, who gives a nice pass back to Hollis. Not surprisingly, as we mentioned, Thomason's fantastic passing in the first half. And Matt Jones attacks the rim. He's got 10 points now, and he's going to the line for another three-point play opportunity.
Number 14, Brock Anders is third. Team foul number 1. Counts the bucket. Jones, 1 shot.
And so Matt Jones to the line, as Lee Cohn goes in for Anders. Jones 2 of 3, now 3 of 4 at the line today. He's got 11. As the Tigers lead now extended to 18. Kick from Rivera. So clock, I think it was at 20, and they'll stay there. Would have reset to 20 anyway on the kick. Molina defends the inbounds. Now over to Ross, Hollis, Walker, McCone. Lobos have done a great job passing the ball around. Seems that they run it through just about everybody, as Thomason has it now. His shot blocked by Rivera. He gets it back and goes up with the layup, and he knocks that down. And Thomason now with 6 points. Molina for 3, back iron, no good. Rebound will be to the Lobos as Matt Jones pushed everybody in the back. Licone brings it up, and there's C.J. Ross. Finds Thomason, who's trying to feed him back underneath. Well defended by Jones. They eventually get it to him, and a nice kick out from Ross as he finds Hollis. Unable to get it to fall, but it was right to Thomason for the board, and he puts in the easy layup. And Thomason has doubled his first half total, now has 8. Rivera attacks the rim, misses, and trying to push the ball was Thomason, trying to get it up to Jones, but it was taken away by Molina. And Brooks Mays receives the ball in the corner. His foot was on the line, so it'll be possession back to the Lobos. And Stephen Walker will bring it up. McCone's entry feed into Thomason is going to be defended by Rivera a little too well as he goes through Thomason to commit the foul.
Foul number 32, Danny Rivera. That's his third. Team foul number 2.
McCone cross court on the inbounds to Hollis, who tries the three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound eventually to Rivara. And Jones on the far side, pressing forward. Gives up to Rivara. And it's going to be an offensive foul as C.J. Ross had established a defensive position.
Foul number 32, Rivara, that's his fourth.
And so that's now 4 fouls for Rivara as he has a seat. He got into foul trouble early with 2 in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game. Ringo to Walker. Now back to Ringo. Thomason, Lacone. Now it's Walker, top of the key. Well defended. Gary Ringo Jr. knocks it down. 3-pointer for Ringo Jr. And he now has 6. Foul is going to be on Stephen Walker. Inbounds play to Jaden Holden, and he establishes position underneath and knocks down the layup. They're going to say offensive foul. So the foul on the Lobos. And their 3rd team foul of the second half. And for Ringo, his first of the game. Karthik ready, top of the key, now over to Brooks Mays. Gives up to Steven Molina, come through with the left-hand dribble. Over to Matt Jones, now the shot for Molina. And the big-time 3 knocks it down. And Steven Molina with 9 points. 3 of 4 shooting on the day. That one taken away as Thomason goes inside. Taken away by Jaden Holden, who then goes behind the back. Now finds Molina, but he kicks out for Brooks Mays for 3. Short. Rebound Thomason. Up ahead quickly to Jones. He's got a one-on-one situation if he wants it. And it'll be a blocking foul on Brooks Mays. Tried to get out of the way, but he made the contact. Would have been better to just stand there and take the charge. He had time to establish position. But nonetheless, it'll be C.J. Ross to the line. 2 shots for the senior from Adkins High in Austin, Texas. Ross' first point of the game. So he gets that one to fall through. Mays will have a seat. Isaiah Specs will check in. And second one for Ross. It's also good. So 2 points on 2 of 2 shooting from the line. 14-point lead for the Tigers. That's Karthik Reddy losing the handle, but gets it over to Holden. And the foul is going to be on Walker. And for Walker, his 3rd. And so 16 to play. And we have a timeout on the floor. So Tigers leading by 14. And possession. We'll be back in just a moment.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
Food insecurity or the inability to get food is a widespread and
And welcome back to Trinity. 16 minutes left, second half. Tigers up 49-35. They'll be inbounding from the side. And on the court for Trinity will be Specs, Molina, Jones, Holden, and Reddy. And for the Lobos, it'll be Walker, Ross, Lee Cohn, Ringo, and Thomason. And to Holden, who gives a good give and go to Specs, and Specs with the strong layup. And for Specs, 6 points. Thomason up and under at the rim, and he now has 10. Holden on the low block. Gets the foul and makes the shot. Foul will be on Ringo, and Holden will be going to the line to shoot one to try to complete a three-point play. He's got 7 on the day. This will be his first free throw of the afternoon. No good. Rebounded by Thomason. Tigers left it completely uncontested. It's Ross. Picked up his dribble. They feed through. As they go into Thomason, he's going to be fouled by Reddy. So he came through the body. And so for Reddy, his third foul.
Foul number 44, Carthage Reddy, his third, team foul number 5.
Fifth team foul for Trinity. And Ellen Yancey checks in for Stephen Molina. Shot from Ringo, no good, but cleaned up and put back in by Thomason, who has really been a difference maker here in the second half. He's got 8 in the half and 12 for the game. Matt Jones kicks over to Yancey for 3, and Yancey knocks it down. Nylan Yancey with 8 points on the day. That's his first field goal, though. Had been 5 of 6 at the foul line for us, only 5 points. Cross court, Ringo for 3, no good. Rebound Reddy. Here comes Trinity. Karthik Reddy loses the handle. Isaiah Specs hustling and gets the layup. It's just a heads-up play from Isaiah Specs. Started to drive towards the basket to see if there may have been a rebound opportunity for Reddy, and Reddy had lost the handle and able to put in an easy layup. And C.J. Jones driving the lane, and he's going to be fouled underneath, and I believe it's going to be on Reddy. If it is, it's his 4th. Now they're going to say Jaden Holden with the foul. So for Holden, only his 2nd. So Ross to the line. He's 2 for 2 there so far. He's only 2 points of the evening. And knocks down that one. So 3 for 3 on the day. Mays and Cauliflower check in. Hollis and Anders for the Lobos. And replace Walker and Ringo. Reddy and Holden check out for Trinity. Perfect 4 for 4 from C.J. Ross on the day. He'll have a seat as Jolo Tubu checks in. Well, Tubu will defend the inbounds pass. They get it into Matt Jones. Lobos will go man on man. Now the double team comes on the press. Jones gets up to Mays, beats it. Yancey's wide open for 3. He's fouled by Tubu. Ooh. He can't believe it, but foul nonetheless. So that's his 3rd foul, and Nylan Yancey will go to the line shooting 3 shots here. He's 5 of 6 on the day at the line. Knocks down the first. And the second. Kobe Patterson in for Matt Jones. So Cauliflower, Patterson, Yancey, Mays, and Specs. And Yancey completes the 3-point play. He's got 11. He's 8 of 9 at the line today. Anders, far side, guarded by Specs, feeds the inbound play. That's Connor Dawson with the easy layup. And Connor Dawson now with 5 points. Knocked down a three-pointer when he checked in the first half. Isaiah Specs with the dunk. And for Isaiah Specs, now 10 points. Lincoln with the running left-hander, no good, fouled. Let's take one more look at Isaiah Specs.
Foul number 11, Isaiah Specs is first. Foul number 7. 2 shots, Tristan Lincoln.
Oh, this was earlier. Jump. I beg your pardon, that was earlier. It was a jumper by Mays in the first half. The free throw's up and good for Tristan Lincoln. He's 10 points and 2 for 2 from the line. As Brooks Mays in trouble in the corner, able to feed out and find Specs. Now back to Mays. Kicks over to Specs. It's Cauliflower giving up to Yancey. Corner three again, and he knocks it down again. 14 points for Nyland Yancey. He's 3 for 4 from downtown. Entry pass to Dawson. Momentarily lost, but he regains it, and he's got a corner three himself. Front rim no good. Rebound by Specs. Saves it underneath to Patterson, and the Tigers have possession. Up 21. Long three for Brooks Mays. It's about the spot that he beat Dallas from last year at the buzzer. He can't get that one to fall. Lincoln gives it up to Dawson. Dawson drives in. Thomason's got a mismatch underneath, and he knocks it down. That's 14 for Thomason. 10 and a half for Caleb. Mays underneath to Cauliflower. He loses it out of bounds. They're going to say that was off Hollis. And Rivara and Jones will check in for Trinity. They'll replace Cauliflower and Yancey. So Yancey will have a seat after a fantastic stint. Ross and Ringo check in. Hollis and Dawson check out for Sol Ross. So Ross, Lincoln, Anders, Ringo and Thomason now for the Lobos. Specs, Mays, Jones, Patterson, Rivara for Trinity. The Tigers already 3 in double figures, but they've got Mays with 8, Rivara with 6, Molina with 9, and Holden with 7, also looking to hit double digits today. That one's going to be a foul by C.J. Ross, and Specs go to the line. But before we get there, that will be a media timeout. So 66-47. We'll take a break and be right back in just a moment.
Understood problem.
At Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, Autumn and I are part of a research team in the Food Matters Lab.
Being able to connect with the community and affect policy as an undergraduate researcher at Trinity has been an unforgettable experience.
Being first-generation college students, the ability to research has given us the ability to explore our individual passions and apply them not only to this research, but life after college.
And welcome back. We'll go ahead and cue up the dunk earlier from Isaiah Specs. Let me take a look at it. There's Nyland Yancey leading the Tigers up the floor, and Brooks Mays with a fantastic entry play for Specs. Gets elevation, and Specs, his 10th point of the game. We mentioned that the Tigers have 3 already in double figures. And Specs with 10, and Matt Jones running the point has 11, and Nyland Yancey, who checked in as a sub for this game, 14 on 8 of 9 at the line and 2 of 3 from downtown. And at the foul line will be Isaiah Specs. Last foul was on CJ Ross. And Specs 1-on-1 opportunity, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Anders. That's Licone for the Lobos, giving back up to Anders. Gets caught underneath, but able to dish it back to the top. Eventually finds its way to Licone for the three-point attempt. No good. Foul, though, called on Matt Jones on the undercut. And for Jones, just his second foul. But it is the 8th team foul, so 1-on-1 situation for the Lobos. Tigers with a bit of musical chairs trying to figure out where they're going to stand on this one. Specs and Rivara down low for them. That's the matchup that they wanted because they had Specs trying to block out Thomason. Now it'll be Rivara as Ringo knocks down the first. Ringo misses, rebounded by Rivara. So Ringo's got 4 points on the day. There's Jones. It's Patterson far side as he drives all the way to the basket, and he'll get a three-point play opportunity as the foul is going to be called down low on Walker. And for Walker, that's his 4th. And Kobe Patterson on the scoreboard for the first time today. As Connor Dawson will check in for Stephen Walker. Patterson's first free throw attempt, up and good. So he has 3. Tigers back up to 21. Licone, jumper short, rebounded by Molina. Dishes up to Patterson, gets it back, has Specs cross court. Jones, excellent defense from the Lobos. It's Rivara popping open for a jumper, and he knocks it down. Danny Rivara, very smooth, and he's got Specs with a bit of defense, but he taps it out of bounds. Will stay possession to Sol Ross. Danny Rivara now with 8 points. Thomason looks inside, but nobody's there. Gives it back up to Anders, top of the key. Licone finds Dawson underneath. Entry pass to Thomason. Somehow gets it in the triple team. Far side to Gary Ringo. Ringo kicks out. Anders for 3. Knocks it down. So Brock Anders, his first basket, I believe early in the first half. And that one's thrown away. And there's miscommunication between Patterson and Rivara. Holden's going to check in for Specs. And Holden comes in second on the team in scoring at 12.2 a game. And Jaden just slightly underneath that today with 7 so far in this game. Thomason spin move inside. They're going to say he traveled. And the turnover to the Tigers. Just about 10 minutes left here in the second half. Patterson back to Rivara. Molina. Tigers working it around. The man defense by the Lobos doing a pretty effective job so far. But Matt Jones will penetrate, trying to drive to the lane, and he'll draw the foul. So he'll shoot 2. And the foul on Ringo, his 3rd, but the 19th foul. So the next one will send the Tigers shooting 2 the rest of the way. Jones 3 of 4 so far today. And that one bounces out, so just 3 of 5. Jones also averaging 12.2 a game, so tied with Holden for second on the team. That one's also no good, so now 3 of 6 shooting for Jones. Dawson kicks out. Lincoln gets it back, top of the key, drives all the way to the basket. Can't make it count, but he's fouled by Patterson underneath.
Foul number 30, Kobe Patterson. That's his second. Team foul number 9. Line, Connor Dawson. 2 shots.
Dawson's first shot up and good. Now has 6. Ready will replace Rivera. So Rivera has a seat with 8 points in this contest. Dawson's second free throw also good. Now has 7. 9.5 to play second half. Jones brings it across, draws a double team momentarily. They fall back. Holden's left wide open. Finds Karthik Reddy underneath. Dishes out to Jones. He's got a lane. Gives up to Patterson for 3. He knocks it down. Tigers have 74. That's their season average. And they've got 9.5 to play. They've already reached that. Inside to Thomason. Stolen away by Matt Jones as he put it on the ground. And Jones just about avoid travels and knocks it over to Karthik Reddy, who buries the 3 from the top of the key. So back-to-back threes from Patterson and Reddy. Now Ringo for 3, no good. Rebound by Reddy, and he's looking to help the Tigers push up the floor. Molina, Reddy, out to Holden. Pulls it back. Patterson drives. He's rejected by Ringo, and out of bounds. It'll stay Trinity ball. Nylan Yancey checks back in for Trinity as he replaces Patterson. And substitution for Lobos as well. Lincoln and Anders will check out. Ringo's out. And Holden misses. Walker, C.J. Ross, Otubu. This is Ross right here. Misses the layup and rebounded by Matt Jones. So Walker, Ross, Otubu, Thomason, and Dawson in for the Lobos. There's Yancey backing down Ross. Kicks out to Molina. Molina tries to go across court. It was deflected by the Lobos, but then picked up by Nylan Yancey, and he had an easy look at the layup. Dawson goes back. That one might have been deflected by Molina. See if they give him a block. As we reach the media timeout under 8. And we'll be back in just a moment here on the Tiger Network.
And he slots it home. And the Tigers get the lead they were looking for. It's 1-0 Trinity.
And welcome back to live action here. Under 8 minutes to play. Tigers inbounds to Brooke Mays. And he takes it the distance and goes coast to coast. So Brooks Mays now with 10 points. And Stephen Walker knocks down that basket. So Walker now with 4 points. Isaiah Specs with the layup. And a timeout on the floor. So Yancey with 16 points. And Isaiah Specs with 12. Mays has 10. And just the guys on the court at the moment. And Matt Jones with 11. And again, Molina has 9. Rivara has 8. Those are 2 more creeping up to the double-digit mark, and Jaden Holden has 7. And 3 double-digit scores for Sol Ross. Thomason leads the way with 14. Only Cohen and Anders each have 10. And Dawson has 7, so he's coming off the bench. Otubu, far side, feeds Thomason. Throws it far side back to Dawson, who gives it up to Walker, who buries a 3. Now Walker also has 7. Yancey feeds Specs. Got an opportunity to run. That's going to be an offensive foul. And it was Connor Dawson stepping up and taking the charge. And they're going to change the call? Doesn't look like it. They are. So I thought that Dawson had done a pretty good job of getting to the line. They may have said he was too low. Not exactly sure. It looked like he was there well ahead of time. But they're going to be shooting free throws for Isaiah Specs. To Specs' credit, he did a great job of attacking the rim. And so the foul, instead of being an offensive foul on Specs, it will be Dawson's first foul. And Specs knocks it down, so he's got 13 so far. And the second for Specs as he knocks that down. He's got 14. Follows up an 11-point game that he had against Mare Hardin Baylor the other night. Dawson drives, he's fouled. I believe that one's on Specs. It is, so. Finally make up the right call from the previous possession, and Dawson will go to the line for 2 shots. In and out. And that was going to be off Karthik Reddy, so it'll stay possession to Sol Ross. Thomason underneath. Up and under as Holden flies by, and Thomason knocks that down. He's got 16. He's got 12 in this half. He's really done a great job. 24-point game, but without his 12, this one could have been pretty ugly about 5-6 minutes ago. Brooks Mays' jumper, he's knocked down and fouled by Otubu, and that's 4 on Otubu. And most of the fouls he's committed, he's actually knocked the defender down, and he's still in disbelief.
It's his 4th, it will be 2 shots. For Brooks Mays.
So Mays to the line. And he knocks down the first. That gives him 11. It's his first free throw of the day. Tigers 16 of 23, just under 70% from the line today. Conversely, 11 of 16 shooting, 69% for the Lobos. Both teams in the double bonus as we look at the final 6:15 of this one. Second shot from Mays, no good. Rebounded by Licone. Pushed up ahead to Dawson. That's Anders driving baseline, knocks it down. So Anders now with 12. Yancey cuts through the middle, gives up to Holden. Mays now at the top, back to Yancey. And Yancey dribbles his way through, and what a night for Nyland Yancey. 18 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 3 from downtown, and 8 of 9 from the line. And Stephen Walker gets that one and travels. Holden and Reddy will have a break on the bench as Patterson and Cauliflower have checked back in. And Nyland Yancey at 18 points in just 15 minutes. Brooks Mays over to Isaiah Specs. He'll pull the jumper. Off the rim, no good. It's rebounded by Ringo, and as he goes to dribble, it's dribbled off of Tristan Lincoln's foot and out of bounds to the Tigers. Patterson for Mays. And the Tigers will work it around the top of the perimeter. Cauliflower with it in the paint. Tries to give it back to Yancey, and that one's taken away by Dawson. He's got numbers and tries to give it up to Ringo, and he throws it out of bounds. So a turnover again. That's their 18th. Tigers have committed 11. Mays dribbles his way through, now dishes to Patterson, and the Tigers working around the top. Yancey with it. Dawson fell down on the defense, so Yancey shoots, and it's rebounded by Ringo. He'll push ahead quickly. Rincon gives up to Thomason, who drives the lane. And Caleb Thomason now 18 points. So that matches Yancey for the game high. Cauliflower at the top of the key. He'll drive past Thomason. He'll use his body to defend and get the and one opportunity. So Matt Cauliflower gets his first basket of the game. He's got 3 points and going to the line for a three-point play. Molina replaces Mays. That one's short, rebounded, saved by Ringo. Up ahead to Lincoln, and now to Dawson. He looks to attack. Foul's going to be called on Isaiah Specs on Trinity. So 2 shots for Dawson. Dawson 2 of 4 from the line today. And knocks it down. Lobos now 12 of 17 from the stripe. Second shot is also good, so he's got 9. I mentioned Lincoln, Anders, and Thomason with double figures for the Lobos. Molina to Patterson. Gives up to Cauliflower. Tigers work their way through an offense. Yancey attacks the rim, layup, rolls softly in. It's 20 for Nyland Yancey. Far side now, Anders. Takes a step in, shoots the jumper, knocks it down. Anders has 14. Timeout on the floor just for substitutions, as it looks like Pat Cunningham's going to run fresh bodies out there. And in the process, that's the first timeout under 4, so that's going to lead to immediate timeout. So we'll take a timeout here and join you in just a moment. You're watching the Tiger Network. And welcome back. Tigers will inbound. Cauliflower ready. Yancey, Patterson, and Molina on the court. Ready went in for Specs. He'll shoot the jumper from the elbow there and knocks it down. 4 points now for Karthik Reddy. Thomason passes out of trouble. McCone with a little floater from the left, and he knocks that down. So McCone now has 12. Cauliflower loses the dribble through the middle. It was tipped away by Ringo, taken by Lacone. Ringo for 3, short. Rebound to Reddy, and it's going to be off Tom. You're going to say it was off Reddy. Thomason came in, knocked it out. Substitutions for the Tigers here, as the entire 5 on the floor will have a seat. We're going to see Kevin Owens, Brian Bloom, Tyler Sawyer, Wyatt Ahrens, as Ringo drives through the lane. Rebounded eventually by Thomason. He puts that one back. He's got 20 as well. And Tyler Peavy, the 5th one. Or excuse me, not Tyler Peavy. It's number 22. As Owens goes up. Can't get it to fall. I believe that's Lucas Oldham. He's usually number 40, wearing number 22 tonight. So Kevin Owens at the line. Owens with another. And he knocks that one down. Dawson to Anders. Drives. Say he traveled. Bloom to inbound. Finds Sawyer. They try to trap Sawyer, and he gets it away. And it's Oldham getting it around. Bloom throws it into the double team where Owens is, and that's going to be off of Owens. So turnover to the Lobos. Under 2 minutes here. Anders' jumper, flat, but he was hit on the elbow. And so he'll be shooting 2 at the line. There's a foul on number 42, so that's Kevin Owens, his first. Anders steps up, knocks it down. Anders 6 of 11 on the day. He was 2 of 3 from downtown, and now 2 of 2 at the line. And it's 15 for the game. Oldham, met by the double team, gives it away, and Ringo comes in to take it away, but he fouls Bloom.
Foul number 20, Gary Ringo.
So 20 fouls, 20, and 20 Bloom to the line for Trinity. 20-point game. 104 seconds left. And Bloom knocks the first one down. His first shot of the contest. And he's 2 for 2. Anders gives up to Dawson, rebounded by Ringo, and Ringo's fouled by Sawyer. So Ringo to the line.
Number 21, Tyler Sawyer is first. The line for 2 shots, Gary Ringo.
Ringo knocks it down. He's got 5. And the second is good as well, so 6 for the day. Bloom inbounds to Ahrens, gets it back. Tries to dribble through the double team, but it's taken away by Lincoln, and he's fouled by Bloom. Count the basket, and he's going to the line for a 3-point play.
Foul number 20, Brian Bloom is second.
Bloom's second foul.
Now the bucket to Tristan
Lincoln now with 15. Ahrens with it. Drives the lane. Left-handed runner, no good. Rebounded by Thomason. And for Thomason now, 20 and 10. Up ahead to Ringo. He's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Number 20, Brian Bloom is third.
So Bloom with his third.
Gary Ringo at the line.
Ringo now 4 of 7 at the line. So he's got 7 points after he misses that one. Sawyer back to Bloom. Corner down for Ahrens. Back to the wing here for Sawyer. Dribbles to the top. Oldham. And that's going to be the 5th foul on Thomason. So he's going to foul out. 20 points, 10 boards. Shot 9 of 11. 2 of 2 at the line.
Thomason leads the game with 20 points.
So, not a bad individual performance there.
Bloom at the line for 2.
As Bloom goes to the line, that one rolls out. Substitutions as Sol Ross will empty out the bench. Be Jayton Ellis, Jordan Melendez, Jace Perkins, Aaron Anderson, and Jezreel Griffin. Griffin gets it back, and he shoots the 3 off the bank, and Jezreel Griffin with a 3-pointer. Tigers push ahead. Tyler Sawyer has Owens underneath, dribbles around and dribbles it out of bounds. And possession back to Sol Ross. Sol Ross pushes ahead. With the bucket is Anderson. Aaron Anderson get on the scoreboard for this one. And Lucas Oldham will just dribble it out, and that will do it. Trinity wins 97-85 and improve to 4-2 on the season. For Sul Ross, they fall to 2-2. As I mentioned earlier, Sul Ross next game at UT Dallas. That'll be on Saturday at 4 o'clock. And for the Tigers, they're back home next Tuesday here at Calgary Gymnasium. They take on another ASC opponent in Hardin-Simmons. That game will start at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it to campus, we'll have that one for you here on Tiger Network. So just head over to live.trinity.edu and we'll bring it into your living room or on your mobile device. And we will see you back on Tuesday for basketball. And we've got on Friday evening the Christmas concerts. Starts at 7:30. We'll have that for you on Tiger Network as well. For all of us here, thank you for tuning in tonight and have a great week. And we'll hope to see you soon.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
Food insecurity or the inability to get food is a widespread and misunderstood problem.
At Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, Autumn and I are part of a research team in the Food Matters Lab.
Being able to connect with the community and affect policy as an undergraduate researcher at Trinity has been an unforgettable experience.
Being first-generation college students, the ability to research has given us the ability to explore our individual passions and apply them not only to this research, but life after college.
And he slots it home. And the Tigers get the lead they were looking for. It's 1-0 Trinity.